Okay, 71 days out from the meet, speed bench, upper hypertrophy day, and what I am trying to remember right now is what I was talking about when I was coming back from the pec tear immediately after the surgery. Because with how bad that tear was, with all of the other giant injuries I had early in my career where I was told that I wouldn't be able to come back from it, everything that I get to do post pec tear and everything I get to do in the future from here, it's just a bonus on my powerlifting career. And the fact that I'm able to have a shot at another PR total, 15 years in the game, I need to be excited. Even when things feel rough, I need to be grateful that I'm doing it. I need to be grateful that I can't push. I need to be grateful that I'm still here and doing the thing that I love. So we're gonna try to carry that into this speed bench session. And on that note, there has been a little bit of illness going around the gym. Like, Niana's pretty sick. I don't know if you can tell it right now. She's trying to put on a smiley face, but it's not terrible. Like sore throat, head cold, headache, just low energy bullshit. So should be good to go. I want to be very clear that I feel so much freaking better than I did a few weeks ago when the food was all screwed up. So I'm glad that we did pull that back, and we'll get to running the speed bench.
And if you're new to the channel, this is me documenting everything it has taken and everything it will take to go from ripping my pec off the bone and getting it reattached all the way to hitting my lifetime goals on the platform. So far, we came back from that pec tear in under 9 months to hit an all-time PR total, then started the process of losing over 100 pounds of body weight so that we can build back better, which is what we are working on right now. Not a whole lot of this has been fun or easy, but my hope is by sharing the journey, you will be able to learn something that will make you a better lifter, and more importantly, it will show you that no matter how tough a situation looks, as long as you don't quit on yourself, it will get better.
Which, I gotta say, felt so much better than last week. Had way more pop, had way more sauce. We were running the same loading as last week just because last week did feel very, very, very heavy with the shade. But what I want you guys to pay attention to here is, well, how light it is considering that I ran a 425 incline on Monday. Like, you don't need a ton of weight to get carry over to speed work. You just need to have that intent, to have that hard lock up, that hard press, and as long as it's heavy enough to actually push into, you're gonna be able to get everything you need out of it. So the fact that went well, I am optimistic for moving on to today's secondary, which is gonna be some incline dumbbell presses. And unlike last week, being smart enough to grab some 70s for a light warm up to make sure the sticky elbow is nice and lubed up and we're feeling good before we go up. So let's crank out a little bit of a feeler set here. Can already tell we're going to be way better than last week. So Hundo's next, and the plan is, if Hundos feel good, we'll go 125s. If 125s feel good, we'll go 150s. And then depending on how those 150s feel, we'll either do an AMRAP at the 150 or go up for a couple more jumps. Yeah, we're going 125. So freaking stoked that elbow's coming around. Okay, 125s. And what I'm kind of being mindful of too today is that with the compressed week, Durrell competing on Saturday, I got a squat tomorrow, so I don't want to crank things so hard that I can't go to the squat bar, but we're going to pretend that doesn't matter and we'll keep cranking anyways. Definitely good for 150. Okay, 150's next, and I'm anticipating with how we're feeling, this will be another feeler for another jump or two. Yeah, we'll go up again. Gonna go grab a sip of water and find a friend to help me get the dumbbells on my legs, because when they get bigger than this with the fat handles, they're a little bit difficult to manage. And if this goes well, gonna give myself permission to be a little bit stupid. So let's do our best to make sure it goes good. I'm good. Yeah, we'll go 190. Definitely got some of the pop back. And I gotta say, I love that this gym has giant ass dumbbells, but I hate how much a pain in the ass they are. Like, that sucks. And not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous for this because this is definitely the biggest I've ever dumbbell pressed, and they are a little bit unwieldy, but I mean, that's what fun music is for. These feel very large.
You're good. You're good. There you go. All you. Keep going. Come on.
Yeah, that was a little bit sketchy.
Let go.
Yep. But I mean, we're one step closer to press the 200s. And the elephant in the room with Conjugate, the reason everyone says that it can't work for raw powerlifting, is the lack of barbell work. And I don't do a ton of barbell volume myself, but the reason I'm still able to make progress, and the reason everyone in the team is making progress, is because we are making sure that we are cranking on the right secondary and accessory work to fill in our weak points. And that way, all we need to do with our barbell work is make sure we're getting heavy touches with the max effort, make sure we're displaying skill with the speed work, and then we build the foundation with the secondaries and accessories, and that way we're able to make sustained progress in the long term without getting way too banged up by doing nothing but barbell volume, just touching the same patterns all the time. And if you guys are feeling stuck in your training, you don't know what you need to be doing to hit your next PR, hit the link, join the team, because you're gonna be able to get daily individualized coaching directly from me, so we can figure out how to make conjugate periodization work for you so you can do better than ever. And because I'm so stoked on the team and everyone's doing so well, I want to show you guys how good it is. So we got a 7-day free trial going on right now. So you can hit that link, sign up for absolutely free, get coaching for a week. And if you're stoked, stick around. If you're not, you can cancel with absolutely zero risk to you. So yeah, I guess that was a pretty okay crank. So that means time to go crank on some shouldery stuff. And for that, we're gonna venture back onto this guy to get one step closer to running a barbell overhead. A little bit nervous for the old elbow here, but that's why we're starting at one plate to make sure we're good to go. We're good to go. See how 2 plates feels? We'll go 3. I'm figuring this will be work set, and because we were irresponsible with the dumbbells, gonna make sure to cap it around a 7-8 RPE. Good enough for set 1. And with how good the elbow feels there, I think we might be able to pull out the barbell pretty soon. Okay, round 2. I am okay with that, which means we should be good to go for something a little bit bigger for today's main tricep slot. So we're gonna give some tape presses a run and see if it makes my elbow feel like it's gonna explode or not. Definitely good to go up from 50s. And I think a 75 should be an appropriate choice to challenge the elbow, but not piss things off too much. So we'll see how this one goes. think we'll go 90s. So hopefully this doesn't suck. I'm very okay with that, considering how bad the elbow felt a couple of weeks ago. And as usual, we're gonna couple the shitty sloppy triceps movement with a nice squeezy feel-good one. The worst part about this gym is there's so many cable options that I forget how much weight I need on each one. And at least I made an appropriate guess here. Feels good. Elbow juicy. Nice squeeze. We'll just bang out some reps. Get that tissue tolerant stimulus. Oh. Good enough for set one. Assuming I did way more reps than I showed in the vlog, because that was too many reps to show in the vlog. But because we don't need a ton of loading in this slot, gonna keep her here for round 2. Since I started jamming on this guy for the pecs, pec feels have been freaking phenomenal, so we are absolutely gonna keep jamming on it. Like, that is so good. And that is exactly where both pecs really need work. And we'll keep her there for round 2, because again, I don't need a ton of load in this slot, just trying to make sure things feel juicy after that big dumbbell push. Okay, round 2. So nice. Oh. Pump is immense. And as much as I like the feel on that Panada rear delt fly machine that I've been jamming on Thursday, it doesn't really feel like what I need my rear delts to do on bench. So we're back on the rear delt row mabobber here. And what makes this really good for bench is I'm trying to spread the handles apart as I'm pulling, and it really feels like that spread into the bar sensation that I want on my bench press. We'll go up in the second set, and camera battery is about to die, so hopefully I put enough weight on the stack that it gets hard before the camera dies. Mission accomplished. And for today's lat slot, want to jam on something supinated-ish, so I think this will be a okay option. because with the weight gain, full shoulder supination kind of sucks right now, so having that little bit of play is letting me get a way better pull than last week on the straight bar. Definitely gotta keep working the shoulder rotation though, so we can get back to actually supinating on a pull down, because that's pretty pathetic. And gonna make her a little bit wider for this set so that the stretch is a bit more intense with the current range of motion that we do got. Yeah, that sucks. Much better job attention than last week though. And because we are squatting tomorrow, gonna close the session out with some light standing abs in order to help me prime that spray sensation just a little bit. Making sure my feet are a little bit behind the thigh pad, trying to leg extension in to lock myself in, and then it's just ribs down, posterior expansion, get some lumbar flexion, finish up with the hip flexors. And because we're squatting tomorrow, I'm not going to push her super deep into the reps. We'll do another one. Probably not going to film it because it's boring. But I mean, for being a little bit under the weather, I don't think I could be much happier with how today's session went, because once again, I'm able to train how I should train. Like I was saying the other vlog, when I was feeling as bad as I did, and when I was thinking it was a training problem, I was just this out of shape that I couldn't sustain volume, I couldn't sustain high levels of effort, it was really worrisome knowing how close we're getting to the meet. But it is such a freaking relief to know that I still can act like myself, I still can train like myself. It was just a matter of getting myself feeling way less shitty and in a little better shape now that we're shaking some water off as well. And it's just exciting to know that the last year of cutting and building back up wasn't just a waste of my time, because that was the hardest part mentally. Is I put so much effort into the cut to let myself build up, and then when the build up wasn't going well, it just freaking hurt that it felt like it was a waste of effort and I just shouldn't have done it, and that everyone was telling me not to do it was right. But I don't know, I am just glad that I still do have the opportunity to put together a really good total, glad that I have the opportunity to prove myself right, and glad that it is working this time. And based on how it worked this time, I know that when we repeat this process again next year, we're going to be able to refine the rebound and not be as aggressive with the food, so we don't have that big slump. And if we can do that, next year's should be even better. And I can't get too far ahead of myself because I still got to focus on this meet, which I very much am. But knowing how this went, I'm getting excited to do it all over again and just do a better job and come back even better. But I think that is what I got for today, guys. So moral of the story, if it is looking shitty, like, you just got to keep trying, keep pushing. You will figure it out and it will get better. So peace out, have a good night, and I will see you in the team.